name is Vijay Puli. If you if you ask me my story from my childhood, my background, I was born in a small village in coastal Andhra Pradesh. I was born in a Dalit community that is located in the outskirts of the village. Obviously, it's a untouchable community, right?
Mm.
You can see like most of the Dalit communities are like that in India. My both parents are teachers. I was grown up in that village till my teenage, till my high school. Uh, After that, I have to move to the close by village, close by town for my college. Whenever you ask about my ancestors, I have memories about that. um, Basically, like my village, like my parents actually they migrated from their villages, right? So because they got the the teaching post, so that's why they migrated to that village where I was born. But as long as it comes to my grandparents, they used to live close by villages, actually in the same area. That is very famous for the Dalit movements in Prakasam district in coastal Andhra. My grandparents used to live in the small hut. Both grandparents, like as far as I know, like as I was a child, they literally used to like live small, very small hut, like just it's not even one room, like small hut. They are the uneducated and they are kind of the bonded laborers. So my mom's side, the grandfather, we used to work for the landlords, and some like at some point he got the cooking job in the white officer, the British officer who was there. So that's what like my mom just recently told me. Even I did not know that. Like as for like whenever I was a child, like I know like he was working as a bonded labor for the dominant caste in the same village. Like we did not have any land, so that's all I know. But later recently, my mom was telling like a different, like very interesting story. Like he was working at some point sometime he was working as a cook in the white British officer. Like I got very like wonder, like because a Dalit doing the cooking job in the somebody's house is the first time I hear that, right? So like what I mean, right? Yeah, like like from that's my mom's side, and whenever it comes to my father's side, it's a lot of I saw a lot of oppression they were facing whenever I was a student. Because my father's side parents used to live literally in the small village, like i- just behind the famous Hindu temple actually. So the temple itself is very famous for around that area, like around like many villages they come to celebrate the Sri Ram Namami. I don't know, like Sri Ram Namami, right? So Sri Ram Namami every year it happens for 9 days continuously. All come they celebrate. It's called like Tirunala. So like that's big festival for all the people. So my community literally used to live just behind the temple. So all other dominant caste people used to live the in front of the temple, but the Dalit community, especially my grandparents and their relatives, they live used to behind the temple. So, but they were never allowed into the temple. So they like like I used to go there to because to it's big celebration. Everybody comes there. I also used to go to see that and celebrate. Like there are so many activities to there, right, outside, right? So my but like my grandparents and other uncles and everybody aunts used to live there. They used to tell me like we don't have the god looks like in the temple. So, because they never allowed to go into the temple and see how the god looks like, right? So always they used to just stand outside, like like the practice is like 2 or 3 times the god comes around the temple, because the people take the god outside, right? So it's a part of the ritual, morning and evening or afternoon, something like that. So they take the god outside around the temple. My people used to stand from the far, and they used to just watch it, so how the god looks like. So I also used to stand with them and used to see that practice, right? So like in the I'm talking about when I was like in high school, something like that. So I used to go everywhere, anywhere, like that, because of this big celebration. But some point, like I asked my grandparents and especially my grandma and other uncles, like why we are not able to go and see the god closely. So why you are not allowed to go into the temple and see the god like all others are going? Even the people from other villages, there are hundred, like thousands of people come there. Actually, it's a big celebration. So it runs like 9 days, right? So every day people, thousands of people come and they celebrate with the all kind of activities there, right? So uh, I used to ask them, like, why we are not allowed to go and see that and see the god. I used to go to the school within the Dalit community. That is that like where my father used to teach, right, in the within Dalit community. So I used to go along with him. It's very like at the time you cannot imagine how the schools were. it is just a small hut with the hay. There are no any side walls, nothing like that. Just it's a roof with the hay. That's it. I used to sit along with my other Dalit friends, on the ground. Even the ground does not has any stones, something like that. It's gravel, mud, right? So, I used to like there used to be only just one blackboard, small blackboard, where my father used to teach in the local language. Yeah, like I used to take small slide along with me. That was my education till fifth grade. so, so yeah, like I don't know whether you can see that kind of schools in India right now or not. The Dalit community used to have the schools at the time. So after that, just I started my school education within the same village, the high school. The good thing, like recently, just last week only, like we are having the ritual event to more the Dalit boy Indra Megwal recently was killed in Rajasthan for touching the water pot, right? So just last Saturday we had the ritual visit. We organized it from southern here. In that in that in that event, I was explaining about uh, the how I need not to go through that kind of discrimination in my school, in my elementary school, right? Because the school I attended, like all Dalit community, in Dalit community, Dalit children used to come there. So there is no any kind of discrimination, right? So because the school is meant for only that community, that children, right? So but whenever I started my school, it's a different again. Like I need to mingle with the mainstream high school where all the dominant caste children used to come there, right? So I started feeling like discriminated. I used to sit completely back in the school and the class. So there are a few incidents of like even teachers used to use the casteist words. We used to go back to our community. We used to tell the the youth at the time that there are very few youth they studied, they're educated. They used to come and they used to literally fight with the school administration. Like they used to push back, right? So um, yeah, like not only that, like the children too, like they used to pick on me and they used to fight with me with the very casteist words. Whenever like some words come, like even like I so many incidents happen. Even like two dominant caste children fight each other. They used to bring me and my community in the middle of their like fighting. That they used to word the very bad words right towards each one, right? So that but they used to bring me and my community middle of that, like using our community and abusing our community, like the mala, like you are fucking mala. You are fucked by that mala guy, mala person, something like that. It's very 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 we used to like whenever I used to hear that, I used to fight with them again. I used to go in the middle. Even it's not my work, it's not my job, it's not regarding to me. It's they both are fighting, but they used to bring me in the middle to fight along with them by using those words and all the stuff, right? So yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. That's my high school. After that, whenever I went to the college and university, it's different again. So even I used to have the canteens in the college. They are meant for the only the dominant caste people. There are hostels, they are only for the dominant caste people, and they are divided on the name of the caste. Of course, so we can understand there are hostels for the Dalit community, SC/ST hostels and OBC hostels, but there are the hostels for the dominant caste people too. They are very rich hostel. And within the college, we had a OC canteen, OC other caste like dominant caste canteen within the college. So that means like the Dalit children or other caste children are not allowed to go into that canteen. Only dominant caste children go there. So that's how openly like the casteism works within the universities and colleges and schools in India. Yeah, my education was master's in social work. So I did in social work in masters. Actually, I joined in the MPL in the social sciences after that, but I had to drop because of the caste discrimination I faced by uh, the professor I chose to be as my guide. So yeah, I had to drop it in the middle. Actually, like so migrating or going to the foreign countries just behind even my dream. So because it's coming to the foreign country, some foreign country like this is meant for the only dominant caste people, right? So I never thought actually, I know because especially whenever I came from the Dalit community and local language, I don't have any English. Very even my grades were very poor. I used to fail in my English in my even degree also. I don't know whether you believe it or not. So that was my education at the time, right? So it was very difficult even to think about going to the some foreign country like this where English is very high level English and very rich countries, right? But I used to think like why whenever I used to see like all dominant caste people children used to migrate Western countries. So that's what like even today also I think narrative is like the who goes to the foreign countries some rich guy dominant caste person. You can see that, right? So so I used to think like why only they used to go, like why persons like us cannot go, right? So the idea, like the initiative, it came whenever I was working in a rural area. Like one time, I went to see my brother in Hyderabad, who is living there at the time. I think he was studying or he was working. I'm not sure at the time. I went there, and my brother just we are having casual talk, and he told me, "Hey, there is some advertisement came. Like you like can we go and meet that guy? Like the advertisement is saying, so 5,000 rupees like fees. Migrate to Canada." So migrate to Canada, like the fees is showing behind, like in the bottom, like 5,000 rupees fees. So I thought that, oh, with the 5,000 rupees, he's going to send us to Canada. Even we don't know at the time, like the process and these protocols, like the requirements and everything, right? So just we went on next day. We went to see that guy. Like his name is like some Ansari from Old City. He's very, 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 very good guy. Very good guy. Like just we went there, and he explained how does it work. Like he said that, yeah, like you are eligible, like just even I did not have any English at the time. Like the policies in 2000, I applied in 2000. So the policies were completely different at the time, right? So he told me, like just we can up, yeah, you're eligible for your education and everything is good, the experience you have, like we can apply, right? So just he applied, that's it. So but later there are so many changes, like the English mandatory, IELTS and everything came in. Then actually I applied and I forget it, because I did not have faith. I'm going to get it. So what happened later, after 5 years, after I think, yeah, 3 years, 4 years, I received the communication from the Canadian High Commission saying that they need the English requirement, IELTS, and all updates they wanted. So then my struggle started again, like because I need to go for the English classes. Like it took like years for me actually to learn the English IELTS course and get the requirements and everything, right? So like at the same time, like it was hard for me also, like to gather the the money. Like we did not have, I was working actually in the just government and non-government sector. It was very less salary actually. So whatever I used to get the every month salary, just it's enough for the only living there. So I did not have any chance to even save like single rupee. So then my parents stepped in and they helped me a lot. Like they borrowed the money. Even that 5,000 also, like they gave me 5,000 rupees also they gave me to pay at the time. So they did not like it, like, but like I used to force them. So they gave me that money, like even they borrowed the money from some local lender to give that money for the security money. I need to bring it here around like 10 lakhs or something like that at the time, when because I came here with my family. I think I needed to show like 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs, something like that, as a security to bring the money, right? So they borrowed even that money from someone and gave it to me when I was coming here. Even for the uh, fees, like the government fees and everything, like not the application fees and everything, yeah, they used to have that money too.